Hello, everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful, happy, healthy, safe, and blessed Merry Christmas yesterday and are hopefully looking forward to the new year. Now, as promised, I will give you guys my review of one of the most famous, iconic, beloved, and important comic event level story arcs of all time. The reason why I say important because this event changed DC Comics forever. Hell, this was the first time this event is the first time in DC's history where it retconned, rebooted, and revitalized its entire continuity, especially in particular its mainstream continuity. Now, even though it was adapted a couple of times, once on television on the CW network, and the other was in a three-part animated film, and while I didn't exactly hate those adaptations, I didn't exactly love them either. I thought they were just okay, mid, in my opinion. But after reading the comics version, the comic in which those adaptations were based on, I gotta say the comic beats those two adaptations by a long shot, by a massive, massive long shot. And the event I'm talking about is Crisis on Infinite Earths, published by DC Comics in 1985, written by two of the most beloved, enduring, and iconic legends in comic book history, Marv Wolfman and the great and recently deceased George Perez or Perez, however you pronounce his last name. Nonetheless, these two men are two of the most beloved legends in the comic book industry. The premise of Crisis on Infinite Earths is where legions of heroes and villains from across universes and realities and dimensions get together to stop an extremely powerful cosmic being slash entity from wiping out all of existence with antimatter, known as the Anti-Monitor. The Anti-Monitor is a major villain in the DC Comics franchise and has been since this event right here. And all I'm going to say is that three big name characters die in this story arc. Wonder Woman, who gets incinerated by the Anti-Monitor. Supergirl, who gets killed while battling the Anti-Monitor. And last and certainly not least, Barry Allen Flash, who dies while sacrificing his life in order to destroy the Anti-Monitor's antimatter cannon. Of those three deaths, which death proved to be the most impactful, the longest? Barry Allen. Matter of fact, Barry Allen's death is arguably talked about the most from this story arc because of how epic, how intense, how emotional, and how sacrificial it was in this event comic. And I gotta tell you, I really got a bit emotional after witnessing Barry die in this story arc. Of course, Barry eventually came back years later, but the point is, Barry sacrificed his life in this story arc, and it was absolutely glorious. The writing by Marv Wolfman is absolutely beautiful. You can tell the love, respect, and understanding he has for the DC Comics franchise. And the artwork by George Perez, however you pronounce his last name, his artwork is brilliant. His artwork is amazing. His artwork is legendary. He's one of the most beloved comic book artists of all time. And I hate to say it, it's for a good reason. I really like how each character interacted with one another. I like how the chemistry between the characters in this story arc, it was really damn good. This comic is a masterpiece. I mean, it really is. The original comic version of Crisis on Infinite Earths is an absolute masterpiece. I mean, I got really nothing to complain about. Nothing really. I mean, the writing was simply incredible. The artwork was simply incredible. The characterization, the character development, the action was really damn good in this series. It was a really damn good event. It really, really, really was. The writing was so good. It's like you really cared about these characters. Even the ones you're probably not too familiar with, like Psycho Pirate, who basically can alter and feed on the emotions of other people. He was really good in this story arc. But yeah, this comic is incredible. If you haven't read this comic, I highly recommend you do, especially if you're a DC Comics fan. I'm going to give Christ on Infinite Earths event an A plus and a 10 out of 10. It is that damn good. It is that damn amazing of a comic book. I would skip the TV and animated movie adaptations and just go straight to the comic. It's the real deal. It's the superior version of the story arc. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my review. Peace out.